Canvas app code reutilization. It's been a challenge for the longest time. Even with the best practices, tips, and tricks, you often find yourself copy and pasting the same function across several components and screens. While Dataverse functions are a possible solution, they're not always the answer, especially if your project is not using Dataverse at all. Fortunately, Microsoft has recently pushed user-defined functions from experimental into preview. This means just a few refinements away from general availability. Hi, I'm Bruno, and welcome to the Power Minute. User-defined functions, or UDFs for short, are just what Canvas apps has been lacking, an out-of-box solution of reusing your functions in Canvas apps. And now this feature is in preview and we're comfortable to tell you all about it. So let's open our Canvas app over here and check it. First of all, you want to ensure that this feature is enabled. So make sure you go to your settings, check your updates, and search for user-defined functions, and you can see mine's already toggled on. For you, you might want to toggle it and hit save. We then recommend that you refresh your page. I'll just refresh mine as well to simulate it, and then it should be toggled. So we will wait for it to relaunch, and we should be ready to create our new formulas. And we're back. All right, so where we want to check our formulas, where can we check it? Well, let's head over to your tree view and check on app. We have formulas. This is the same area where you declare your named formulas. And the way to declare it, it's very similar as well. Let's check our formulas. So right now we have a named formula and has the following structure. We give it a name, and after the equals, we declare what the formula should do using Power Effects. However, one of the biggest limitations of a formula is that you cannot pass parameters, making it behave sort of like a variable. Now let's check our user-defined function. We have a simple example over here where we're going to calculate a text. This area has a few new settings that we'll need to look at and configure. So first, we will declare inputs between brackets, and these inputs will be inserted, as you can see here, by declaring its name, putting it a colon, and defining what type of data it should be out of the gates. So we want the base price to be a number, and then we also have another input, text rate, that is also a number. For outputs, we'll do it after the brackets. We'll put the colon again, say it's a number, and then we place equals. After the equals, we insert our formula. So this formula will be used in our simple define function. Over here, we have our base price. And let's put this in play mode real quick. I'm going to give you an example of 100 with a tax rate of 23%. So according to our calculation, is 123. Over here, you can see that we just have to invoke the formula like any other formula, and we're good to go. So we can just reuse this across our application multiple times in the same screen or across multiple screens. It does not matter. It will behave always the same. And if we need to update the way we calculate this, well, we just need to come over here and modify it some more. So after it is updated, you can see that now we got our formula modified. Let's put that back where it was though. Then we're not done yet because as you may see, we actually went all out and created a complex formula ourselves. Right now we are leveraging user ID as a GUID, and we also want to check in the date time. We can see void over here. And for those that have a developer background, you might be used to this void. For those that are unfamiliar and have a low code citizen developer background, void essentially means that the function will not return anything. In our case, we just want to check if a user is checking in or out. And it really doesn't matter if we return to the application any other value. So you can see over here, our formula has a few steps using with, of course, if you've been following us for a while. We also did a series with the with function, and we're checking if today a user has already checked in or not. Based on that finding, if we have a record or if we don't find a record, That means we need to create it, and we'll do it with a check-in. If we already found a record, meaning that I'm already checked in, I'll update the checkout function. All right, let's see how that works. Let's put it on play mode. We have our gallery simulated the check-in and checkouts for today. And I have this button over here. I press it once, it will load, and look, I just checked in. And if I press it again, I will hopefully check out. There we go. So if you're curious, how do we invoke this code? There's nothing really amazing behind it. It's a function like any other. Our input, we use the name formula we showed it earlier, and I use the out-of-box formula to get the current time. And this was a cakewalk. With this, we got another way of simplifying and organizing our Canvas apps projects. Since I'm already checked out, I'll catch you in the next 4 minutes.